Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. Today we are racing B-Class rear-wheel drive cars. And I've had this Datsun lying around fairly for a while and kind of wanted an excuse to have a go with it. So we're going to give it a try. We're gonna give it a try, and I'm hoping it's going to be half decent. We're starting off at the Bamburgh Coast Circuit. I'm starting down further in the pack, so lots of potential for overtaking. We've got a lot of rally machines going on in this one. I'd say not intentional. I guess with B-Class and rear-wheel drive, the chances are you're going to have a lot of your vehicles. Thanks, game, for releasing at least the Abarth was off the line before it even got to go for me, but never mind. Yeah, B-Class rear-wheel drive, chances are you're going to have mostly classic vehicles. There are a couple of more modern cars that you could sneak into it, but it's going to be a large amount of classic cars, and you're probably going to get quite a large amount of rally cars in that, just because the PI is quite a nice level for these to work with. I mean, my Fairlady admittedly has got the wide body kit on it for some big tyres. Because, of course, these team adventures are going to be taking on a variety of circuits. We have tarmac circuits like this, but we also have off-road, we have cross-country, and your car's got to be good at all of them, because you can't be swapping cars and builds and so on in between the races. At the moment, things are not looking amazingly great for Red Team. I feel like I have got some speed in this. I just need to try and work my way forward. I'll help the Mustang out of the corner. I mean, the Mustang is likely to be quite quick down the straights. At the moment, Blue have got first and second, which will not do. Well, I'll say which will not do. We need to get more cars up here. We've got blue cars at the back, which is good for us. I really need to get back past that Abarth if I can manage it. This is probably not the ideal. Christ, the chrome paint on this is very reflective. Ideally, yeah, I want to be getting past the Abarth. This is probably not the best circuit for the Datsun. To get rally tyres, the wide body kit, and the huge tyres on, I do not have too much. Didn't have not much PI for power. We're about 100. We're just over 200 horsepower. It isn't. Yeah, it's not the most powerful vehicle in existence. Thankfully, Blue Team managed to screw each other out of positions, which has at least put me ahead of one of them. However, I really need to get both of them. In fact, it's immediately back in. Nope, you can stay boxed in down there. And I will... Oh, it's 3 wide. I mean, even if I keep this position, it isn't going to be enough for us in terms of points. We need more points further back. From this, we will have a go. So I really do outturn the Abarth. That's good. It will outpower me, but we can outturn it. Now, I don't know what our... It's an Alpine we've got up in third. We've got a Datsun in fourth. We've lost a lot of time in this fight. We could do with our Abarth getting into the mix. Apparently the classic Mercedes Blue Team I've got is actually not doing too badly. We are a few hundred points down at the moment, which is not great yet. It comes to the Abarth's speed. However, I'm going to hazard a guess. It won't be able to carry as much momentum into the first corner as I can in this. Nope. Which is good news for me. But these longer... I mean, this isn't a massively fast circuit. You know, it's not too meaner a track. Oh, there's some tyre smoke coming over. The Abarth's lost a place, which isn't great. We need a couple more positional gains. I think our Mustang that dropped to the back must have missed a checkpoint. Judging by the gaps and so on, that's probably a missed checkpoint incident. There's a few hundred points in it. Unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult for us to get any more. We can't afford Blue Team getting a 1-2. That is always a tough gap to overhaul at any point. Am I going to be far enough away? I've also got to worry. I mean, at the moment it's looking like it's going to be tough for us to get many more points, but it's not entirely impossible. You can see the points fluctuating. I can't afford to let the Abarth pass. And you never know. As we've seen, missing checkpoints is easily done here. Very easy to run in a little too brave into a corner, try to carry some speed, overshoot and miss a checkpoint, especially at turn 1 and turn 2. And there's also a very nasty curb on the inside of the corner, or just before that one, that can clip a car and get it up onto its side, slightly roll them over and so on. I mean, I don't think we're going to see any rolls here. It's not raining. I have rolled a car. Actually, no, I rolled a car in the dry here. What was I? Oh, a Hillman Imp. I had a Hillman Imp that I was racing here, and I hit the curbs through the first... Was it turn... It's technically turn 3. But yeah, hit the inside curb at this circuit in the dry, and that was the Hillman Imp over. The Datsun isn't going to do that. Fairlace isn't going to do that, and I doubt any of the cars here particularly are going to do that. Sadly, cars up the front, looking fast. Looking fast. I don't actually know what they were that escapade away. It's always going to be tough. I mean, me and the Abarth behind me started on the back row pretty much. So we're always going to have to try and deal with a lot more traffic than you would ideally want to. Yeah, it would be turn 3 because that's turn 1. This is turn 2. It's this inside curb here. This is what can do very mean things to your car. Well, it's technically turn 4 because it's that sort of part of it there. There's some very mean things to certain small high-riding cars with bigger tyres, etc. I'm kind of quite evenly matched with the 2 red team cars ahead of me, but not anywhere close enough to do anything. And not that it's not a fight. You always want to win for your team, etc. However, would not get us any more points. The Abarth is a little closer than I would like. He's had a good run through the first section here, so we may have to defend into these final corners. I think I should get out of here quick enough if I can get a nice, which do get a nice run through there. The Abarth has carried very, very good speed. This is a problem for me. It's close. Will it be close enough? Because I can defend at the turns, but on the straight, there's nothing you can do. The straight, there's nothing you can do fairly, which I will make him go. If he wants to do it, he's going to have to do it on the grass. Yeah, I mean, I was going to squeeze down that side. You could have gone the other side. Oh, it's actually really close in terms of points. I wasn't paying any attention because I was busy with the Abarth. I think it's still going to go to blue team. It will. Just in the end, we got it down to 50 points. And that was all that was in it. 50 points on that one. Oh, yeah, not quite the track for me, but I have a sneaky suspicion that a more technical circuit will work wonders for that Fairlady Z. Well done, blue team. They take victory on round 1, but there are more chances for us to come. So, up next we go to quite a unique circuit. Quite a unique circuit, as it is the Mudkickers 4x4 Scramble Park. Now, some vehicles might be not running rally tyres. In general, I will stick rally tyres on my cars. However, there may be some in here that are not using them. They can be fast on the tarmac, but will be a handful when we go off-road. And this sort of circuit here is about as nasty as it gets for them. Oh, I think I was the one. Okay, the game made up for its harsh punishment of me in the previous race by releasing me a fraction of a second before the rest of the field in this one. I'll take it, and I'm starting from pole, so that's kind of quite nice. My Fairlady Z is on the rally tyres. It isn't the most powerful, which could give it grief in a few sections here. Yeah, basically, there are bits of the track that it'll be okay with. There are bits of the track, like there, for example, it won't like as much. Although other people may have issues. Judging from behind, didn't really see what quite went on, but judging from what I saw going on behind, I think quite a few cars fell over, which may or may not work. It's kind of almost a lucky dip of who will get the points from that selection, and I'm not sure. At the moment, it's going our way. Long may that continue as we leave the Mudkickers part and run up the back straight. This is again where the Datsun, Fairlady Datsun, it's the same thing really, you know what I mean, might struggle slightly. Got the Stratos behind us, which I think was quicker. I mean, I've said this many times before, I'll continue to say I'd love to be able to see lap times in Team Adventures, because I don't really know where my car was in terms of lap times in that previous race. I think the Stratos is quick. I do think the Stratos is quick. I mean, the other team has got the Lancia Brigade. They've got the Stratos and the 037 on their end that did well in that previous race. We're just going to try and run as far away as we can, get some good points. We just quick enough there, which is a godsend. If you are not quick enough for that jump and you clip the back of your car on something there, you're going to have real big problems. Splash our way through all of that. Yeah, so far, unfortunately, our Mustang has fallen to the back of the field, although it's all very close further back there, and as we saw through that last race. Oh, I think we are actually pulling away from the Stratos. That works for me, if we can just keep running. If I built a car that weirdly works here, of all the places for my car to weirdly work, this, considering its performance at the Bamburgh Castle, this was not a performance I expected at all. I was expecting the 131 Abarths to be very fast. I'm expecting the Lancias to be fast again here. I know at a technical circuit I think my big tyres will help, but this is not a technical circuit, this one. It's so close to getting into so much trouble across there. If I mess that up even slightly, we're going to be in a horrendous world of pain. But the good news is that it seems like we've got away with it 3 times out of 3 so far. Let's hope it can continue, and we're cheering on the little Alpine in the third. If the little Alpine wants to go and get in the mix there and help slow down, but try and get past. Yeah, the Fairlady is working brilliantly here. Literally all of what I would expect about car building isn't making any sense. Or all of what I expect about building cars in Horizon 4 is not making sense. This shouldn't work here. I mean, the rest of the pack is really, really struggling around this circuit. There is no... I have built magically fast cars in the past. It isn't the very first time I've built cars that I didn't expect to work at circuits that ended up working okay, or I've built iffy cars in the past that have found ways to go fast, or have found circuits that they somehow like. This is less of an iffy car. This is just not a track car combination that should work, but it is. I mean, it really is. Unfortunately, we don't get bonus points if we lap the other team. We are so far. There's 3 cars that are vaguely working here. That is me, the Alpine in second, and the Stratos. I don't know about the 037 and the Bath in 4th and 5th. Hard to tell. But judging with how far back they are, even a little bit of traffic, I'm amazed they would be... They wouldn't have got, 3 of that group, really. No. What a weird race. It's a fascinating race for me watching the leaderboards and watching whatever's going on. Strange race for me to drive with a car that is, absurdly fast, apparently, in relation. Well, there we go. Mustang's having a horrible, horrible time. The Alpine is in second. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a carbon copy in many ways of the first race, only this time it's going the way of Red Team. If the Alpine can hold on to that second, that'll be lovely. And when we're scoring 650 from me, 600 from the car in second, that's a lot of points to try and overhaul. It's not impossible, but it is a lot of points to try and overhaul. I think our Mustang may possibly not be on off-road tyres, which will not help matters, that's for sure. Not actually doing a very good job there and managing to avoid the water. Really, you want to avoid the water if you can. We had one small bobble across there, I think, on lap 5. Otherwise, we've just skimmed it and got away perfect. We will jump our way through there. Just a couple more corners to go, really. Just a long acceleration zone. We won't lap any of the blue team cars. However, turns out, Mudkickers Park, amazing. Mudkickers Park for this Fairlady Z has been phenomenal. I mean, we're so far ahead of the cars, but I am very confused by Fairlady's sudden speed there, because that would not be what I would put it. I mean, if this was around Ambleside, for example, the little tiny street circuit, I could understand it working there, because that's a technical track, but that's all power normally. I'll take it. We might win by 1,000 and a bit points as well, because we've got our Datsun up into 4th if it can hold on to that, which it does. It's very nice indeed. MX-5 can score a 7th. We can get a 7th and an 8th. In fact, only 6 cars finished. Wow. That might be the most surprised I've been with a car for a very long time. So, up next we go to the Moorhead wind farm, wind turbine, whatever one it is. Wind farm, there we go, circuits. There's a nasty hill to worry about around here, from what I remember correctly. That's probably not going to be too much fun for the Fairlady. We're starting from the second row for our team, the Alpine, starting at front. In fact, we're going to have an interesting... The 037 is down the back, so that's got a lot of traffic to deal with. Otherwise, kind of the fast cars are sort of grouped at the front. Our Datsun's pretty quick. But I think that Datsun's more handling, much like mine. So if we get to a full... Mercedes, this game is just doing weird launches for cars. It's just giving random vehicles a good start. The Alpine's not very fast down the straight either. Well, bugger, that's going to be difficult for us probably to do much here. We're just going to have... Alpine's probably not going to be able to do much about these guys up there. We've got so much corner grip. We need a lot more technical or a circuit to excel with these, and we will be flat through there, and the Stratos cannot take it flat, or can take it flat, pretty wobbling about all over the place. We're going to have to see, the power of the Lancia, the power of the Fiat is a little too much. The Mercedes is up in 4th. That's a good showing from a very, very old machine. I guess that has got some power. The rain, I guess, might help me a little bit in terms of slightly less grip for these ultra quick. I say ultra quick. We're talking in relative terms here. In B class, with the way that we're running this event and with the sort of cars that are going to turn up, you're not actually going to have really any power builds. They won't work. Horizon 4 power builds in general don't actually work all that well, but especially when you're going to be dealing with dirt events, and most of the events most of the tracks on Horizon 4 are very, very technical. Power builds, just do not really work. So we're talking in relative terms when I'm talking about these cars here being quick in a straight line. You could get a B-class car to outdrag these absolutely easily, but it wouldn't go around a corner and be useless in an event like this. Although I am very jealous of that Lancia's ability to bugger off when we get to the slightest stripe. It doesn't look very nice to drive. I've struggled with Lancias in the past. That's a terrible corner. I can carry way more speed. The Alpine is actually covering. The Datsun's climbing. I mean, if I could get a second, perhaps, away from one of these cars, that would be fantastic. Get us a few more points, minimise their points, and then we would start having a really close competition. Because I think in the latter events we might stand. Oh no! I want it to go. God damn it! We've got a street circuit. Certainly as the final round if we make it to that. And there's a cross-country circuit coming up next. Yeah, not sure. Cross-country is very iffy, although we were so good at the Mudkickers Park, I might want a cross-country event for the Fairlady Z. Now, if those two want to fight each other, and we can bring the Datsun and the Alpine with us, then that might help. They can fight each other. If they can fight each other and both miss a checkpoint, I wouldn't be opposed to that idea. I wouldn't be opposed to that idea particularly. Because we're kind of going to need it. The 037's up to 6th place, which not really surprising. Our Alpine and Datsun are there. The 037 was fast for the other team, so yeah, not surprised to see that up here. Oh no, still can't get that corner right. Every time I think I brushed the fence. Oh, the 037 had a big dive, didn't make it stick, I don't think. Ended up clonking the wall. The Stratos won't want to be on the outside there. That's not got the grip to make a outside manoeuvre work. I think Blue Team have just about got the measure of us, even if we find a way past. The issue is, we get to find a way past. I don't really want to hold the Alpine up if the Alpine could pass either of these two. Try to be as brave as I can through there. Come on, we're going to have one more chance. I mean, it will be that final corner is where we'll get it, because they're going to run away here. Maybe tangle into turn 1. Again, they're fighting into turn 1. That helps me, because this is where we are quick. If I can get the braking right, get into the corner right. They're fumbling around on the grass. The Alpine's there as well. I mean, there's a tiny chance we could sneak something here, but it is a tiny... They're not side by side through there, annoyingly. That's where we kind of needed them to be, side by side. I think they got it. I don't think there's very much that we can do. The Alpine gets a bit better run up the hill here, but we'll have nowhere to go with it. And, wouldn't have a... Alpine wouldn't be able to do anything about the two leaders. I can't do anything about the two leaders. Blue team are going to get a 1-2 here. Annoyingly, it's one of those tantalisingly close races where we just sat and watched. We've got a few more points. We get 3rd, 4th and 5th, but that will not be enough for us here. Unless there is a big change further back. Even then, I think it would have to be... Yeah, I don't think we can score enough points whatever way it goes. Just too fast. Just too fast for us in the end. Oh, the 037 beat our Datsun, which is a shame. We need to win next time out. It's cross-country, so fairly should be good, but we've got to win the next round. So, we head next to the North City cross-country circuit, a cross-country track we haven't used all that often, mainly because I kind of forget about it a little bit. We bounced through a couple of parks. There's one particular nasty turn towards the end of the course that we're going to have to watch out for. Yeah, it's a challenge, and I guess my Fair Lady might work well here. That's what we're hoping for. The Stratos, annoyingly, is starting on pole. Generally, a little bit more power is helpful around this sort of circuit. While there's not vast long straights for us to contend with here, a little bit more power for kind of the hills and whatnot is helpful. Oh, our Datsun hit a lamppost and lost many speeds. That is less than helpful. We're just going to kind of try and get across. I mean, I want to get through traffic as quickly as possible, but of course I don't want to inconvenience any of my own team. That will not really help our cause here. Okay, the 037 looks like quite the handful on the on some of the corners. That gives me hope. I mean, it might be quicker to straight line and whatnot, but it might have more of a problem through the turns. Oh, give it a little bit of a hurry up rub. It's fine. I think that's allowed. We didn't put it round, basically. That's what matters. Stratos doing well up the hills. We could really do with finding a way past the 037 and not losing out to the 131 in the process. Yeah, I do remember the way through that section to gain some speed now. Watch out for the benches. Let the Stratos clear the way. It's a little bit of a sneaky tactic, but you know, you've got to take whatever advantages you can get. Debris around here is an important thing to have to deal with, really. If you can follow the leader in there punching away through the gates, through the fences and so on, you can actually gain some time, of course. Once you overtake them, yeah, that's your job then, but it can keep a slightly slower car in the fight at times here. So, there we go. That's a lap around this cross-country circuit. Points-wise, it's looking very good for blue, unfortunately. We did have a nice big block of red cars at one point, but that's all changed. Our Alpine has fallen down the order, which is not so good for us, because we really desperately need a win here. We really, really desperately need a win here if we are to stay in the competition. We've got good speed here. We're going to trouble this Stratos. It's got better top end, but I'm just better through these corners. Can we duck underneath it? We can. We will get the pass done, and that does put us up into the lead. It's very okay, so it is very, very close. We've kind of changed the order. Our Alpine's recovering a bit. Stratos is better up the hill. We're expecting that. Blue team are going across to that inside, which I don't think is really the line you want there, if you can help it. Although sometimes you just have no choice. Cars go where the cars go, and you have to deal with it. And now it's my turn to be the street sweeper, which is not ideal for the quite low-power Datsun. Swap positions again. This is all helping the bloody Abarth, which I don't want to help. I could really do without helping the Abarth work its way back up towards us, and I didn't manage to get... It's actually going to be a really weird tactical battle, because you really don't want to be the first car running into some of these sections. However, you will need to be the first car across the line. Oh, I think the Abarth's lost some time. I thought it missed a checkpoint if it had dropped far enough back. It hasn't, but it has lost out to the Datsun. That's good news for us. That is very good news for us. There's all sorts of battling going on further back, which we don't really see. We just kind of see the effects on the on the points leaderboard, if you like. It's, yeah, swapping backwards and forwards. Our Datsun's fallen down the order. That we can't. We could do without. We need more points again. Whether that comes from me going around the outside of the Stratos. I can make the corner, but I can't make it up the hill. Oh, come on. I just need a little bit more power. Just need a little more power from the Datsun. That would be lovely. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And there goes that Lancia once more. We will follow. Yeah, so we can change direction. Even out on the grass here, we change direction so much better than the Lancia. And around we go again. That will put us back up to the lead. Duck through the benches there. Try and dodge the benches there as well as we can. And there's a few 100 points in it here. We've got a few more 100 points going our way as cars further back struggle. Let's take out the barricades ourselves. Can we hold on? We haven't really led a lap. We've taken over the lead a couple of times. Now we will have the first chance. It's the first lap we have led. Gliska is struggling with the Stratos here. this might be the big enough lead that we need. So we've got to be far enough away that the Lancia can't do anything here. This is probably the biggest problem area for me, and here it comes. But, oh, I can't stop there. That's a problem for me. It's going to be a tough final lap. It's going to be a tough final lap. The Lancia will have a look. It won't hold it, though. We will squeeze around the outside, keep the position, but we've been in this situation before in this race. Run in, carry momentum. Fair Lady's Head, it's not got away. I mean, points-wise, whichever way it goes for us, if nothing else changes, it is still looking good for Red Team. But I want the win to secure the points, if you like. I want the win to give us that extra, you know, a couple of hundred, well, it's a couple of points, but extra 100 points, essentially, over Blue Team. We get a good run out of there. Now, let's get this change of direction. Nicely done. Oh, that's not nicely done. We pinged the wall. However, the Stratos got in more trouble than I did. That's good news for us. Don't balls up these final couple of corners. Christ, this has been a stressful race. This has been a properly stressful race for the Fair Lady's Head. Just one final quarter to go. We will do it. Second victory for the Fair Lady. Stratos will be resigned to second place. Don't quite know. Guess I made a mistake going through that final S's. It looks like our Datsun will get third. And if we can keep the points roughly where we are... oh no, the Datsun gets fourth, sorry. The 037 gets up to third, but we get fourth and fifth. The MX-5 doing well. The Alpine recovered from a bad mid-race to get seventh, giving us some all-important points. And the Hour Bath getting ninth again, more, you know, important 200-300 points, etc. And the Mustang did beat the 2002 Turbo, not enjoying the cross-country. Red Team, we take a victory. It goes to a decider. Well, this is it. The decider, Edinburgh Station Circuit. A track that theoretically my fair ladies should be really good at, I would hope. However, I don't know anymore, really. We've got our Datsun and Alpine are starting on the front, alongside the Stratos and BMW. I guess I've got to try and get the Lancia fairly quickly, and hope the rest of things fall our way. It's been a good team adventure. I mean, we've had a couple of more lonely races. However, overall, this has been a really good team adventure. Anyone that's been as close as this, has been a lot of back and forth with the points. Yeah, we've got to have a good run here. I've got to hope that my fair lady is as good as I hope it will be at this circuit. Don't really want to get stuck behind the Mercedes for too long. This is probably not going to be a track for the big Merc somehow. I mean, it's kind of worked in some places, but I don't think this is going to be the track for the Merc. Oh, I could do without that assistance, but there we go. Do I dive to the inside? No, it's probably a little iffy. Trying all the way to the inside. I know. Oh, prelude. I mean, the prelude would be rear-wheel drive swap, which is a difficult thing to get. Front-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive swaps can be notoriously twitchy. They can be very difficult to get working quite how you want them to. Oh, sorry, MX-5. I just got a very large amount of mid-corner speed, and we're in a hurry here. We are in a very big hurry. Now, the Abarth we've seen is very quick down the straight, but we've seen it be a handful through the turns. Sadly, well, I think we've got some cars that are very quick in this. I'm not sure if some of our other cars will struggle more. I guess we'll just have to find out as this race progresses. We're going to get underneath one of the blue team Abarths, and I will take that position away from you. Thank you very much. I don't want to fight my own team too hard, but I want to get past. Ultimately, I think I've got a car that is very easily capable of fighting at the top here, so I don't want to get stuck. Oh, the Stratos is in trouble. That's good news for us, although I did brush the wall, which is bad. I said brush the wall, I hit the wall quite hard, actually, which is bad news for us. We're going to... Oh, our Alpine's in very big way. How did that... I think there might have been some railings involved in that, potentially, to put the Alpine across in front of everything. That's not ideal. I mean, the Datsun's gone at the front. Datsun's absolutely buggered off, which is lovely news for us. Don't try and make it 3 wide around the outside. You know what? It's 3 wide cutback. We've actually managed to get past... I guess we got past the Abarth in a clean fashion there, but we need more points. We need a 1-2. I need to beat both of the Lanciers. Can the Fair Lady Z beat both the Lanciers? We need Arabath to beat Therabath as well for points. Oh wow, we've got so much grip through these corners. Look at it go. That's us up to third. The 037 will get us back down the next straight. That's fine, because I'm pretty sure... Well, I can, yeah. I've got so much grip here. We've got to just be patient, bide our time almost, because I know I can outturn both of you here. Yeah, that's just they've got no grip around this street circuit. They're past the 037. We're hopefully going to be past the Stratos soon. However, Arabath is in trouble a little bit more here. Oh, it's so slow around these corners. Can we go around the outside of you? Yes, we can. Can we go around the outside of you for a second corner? In fact, we didn't even we've already got the pass done before the corner. Will we get out-dragged? Oh, Arabath actually got past the 037. Will we get out-dragged down here? Yes, but I'll probably have a dive into the final corner, and that should be... Oh, no, they're going to move across and cover that inside. Sensible thing to do. There's no answer for the Datsun grip. Oh, I like this car. I like this car. I'm glad I had a use for it, because this is a brilliant thing to drive, and we are now 1 and 2 in terms of positions for Red Team. The bad news is... Oh, I say the bad news. Blue Team have got 3, 4 and 5. We have got 6 and 7. If we can hold on like this, it would be enough. Would be enough with a little bit of points to spare as well. It would be nice to be able to get our 1-3-1 up into the mix. It's always nice to have a little bit more safety. It's always good to have a little bit more safety. However, I'll take a win when we can. If, and it's a very big if. Never speak too soon. You know what the curse the commentator is like. I kind of like to see what the Datsun would be like up against the other Dat, the 510. Curious to know what my Fair Lady would be up against. Blah, can't speak. Too many things going on to think about. Because yeah, we got stuck in traffic for so long. I think the 131 for Blue Team looks like the fastest of their cars here. It's a big slide. I mean, none of their cars have quite got the grip of presumably me and the 510. I think our Alpine is quite fast, but got in trouble early on, which kind of put pay to that. That's too fast into there. I don't even need to push that hard, really. Yes, there's only going to be trouble trying to push the car that hard into some of these corners. You know, there's no tracking of fastest lap. As much as I'd love to be able to try and go for it, there's no way to know. So it's probably better not to go crazy. This is a lovely car. It's an absolutely fantastic car to drive around here. There is not limitless grip, of course not. I've already hit a wall, but it is so stuck to the road. I just mash the throttle. I mean, we're on the throttle so early in the corners. Hell, if Django's can get that Fiat upper position, we might even be able to get a 1-2-3 for Red Team on the final race here. Blue have not got cars that can deal with this circuit. Blue Team cars just cannot do this track compared to our our high grip machines, which is why I was kind of surprised by their struggles at some of the other tracks. But there we go. It is how it goes. Sometime with still fighting for honours in the 1-3-1s. And I mean, I guess there's always the potential for a missed checkpoint from somebody. Let's hope not, of course. Stratos actually slipped all the way down to 6th now. Yeah, the Lanciers just didn't have the grip. They had the power, they had the acceleration to deal with some of the demands, some of the circuits, but once we had to deal with a lot more technical circuit, a lot more technical track, they couldn't. I'm matching the 510, I think, pretty much lap for lap here. I'm watching the gaps go, and we are pretty much identical. I think we could have had a really good battle. Not ultimately, it would have mattered too much for us because we would have been equal. It would still score the same points. Whichever way round we win. But 510 will win. I claim 2nd, and it does look good. It looks very, very good for Red Team. Can we... Oh, our 1-3-1 slipped to 5th, which is a shame. Would have been nice to get an all podium, but that is what it is. The Alpine gets up to 7th ahead of the 2002 Turbo. If we get our MX-5 across the line, which we do... It will be a victory for Red Team. Well done. Well done, everybody. What a race. What a race. What an event, in fact. So there's some weird results we're throwing up in that. I am very, very happy with my car. I am very, very happy with my car. 510 works on the technical bits. My Fairley Z works in weird places, in the off-road bits, very well, and technical circuits. And we take a victory. Yeah, really glad I got a chance to use this. A hell of a B-class car, certainly for a rear-wheel drive thing. That is a lovely, lovely vehicle to drive. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this team adventure. If you would like to take part in the next one, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the Failrace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.